Good morning, everyone. Good morning, my fellow e-waters. This is Shanti Kumaraswamy Street, your business English training coach here at English with a Twist for video 4 of the Business Writing to Fluency Lab. It's a beautiful day here in London, Saturday morning. We have a long weekend, so we don't celebrate the 1st of May. We don't take that day off, but we take the Monday, the following Monday. So we have a long weekend, so I'm looking forward to it. But before I start that weekend, I'm here tuning in to this video, this mini lesson on the Business Writing to Fluency Lab. Remember, it's our program that's going to be starting on the 14th of May, finishing the 8th of June, which is the 4-week program. And I am delighted to welcome my first participant, Daniela Pescitelli, who has joined. She came to the first program last year. She loved it so much that she's decided to join this time. So I am delighted that she'll be joining us. So what I want to be talking about today is, ciao Anna, I can see that you're watching. Good morning, hope you're having a good Saturday morning. And also Keiko, hi Keiko, lovely to see you again. Okay, so today in the last video of this series, we're looking at the time factor. That famous time. Now, I've had a number of you and a number of other clients where I've invited them and you to join this program. Now, it's a 4-week program. And the biggest reason why people are thinking about it, maybe you are also the same, thinking about whether to do this program, is time. Now, time is this big factor that all of us use, whether it is a real excuse or whether it is a fictitious excuse. It is a reason we give for not doing things. Right? So the first thing everyone's telling me as well, Shanti, yes, this 4-week program, yeah, I'd like to do it. I really need to, to feel more confident, more courageous when giving a 10-minute talk, or just want to start somewhere. And I just want to be able to prove to myself that I can give a 10-minute talk on a business topic in English. Yeah, that'd be great, Shanti. I really love this idea of the program, but I've got a project starting next week. I'll be traveling. I'm changing jobs, and so it's going to be a bit hectic. It's just the timing is not quite right. You've been there. We've all got that, the reason. And I get that. Yeah, of course. They're very valid reasons. If you're changing jobs, it's going to be a bit hectic. If you're about to change jobs and you're just leaving one, you're busy finishing things off. And so you're, really busy. If you are about to take on a new project, that's going to be very busy. And I know a number of you've got that happening. I know Daniela, for example, she said to me, well, I'm going to be away on holiday. But she thought, well, but in the same time, I think I can quite, try and fit this in. So hi, Amel. Hi, Keiko. And you've got a new project coming on. You've got something, or maybe you've just finished a project and you're starting a new one. You're moving jobs, or you are just busy. But I know a number of my clients who are always busy. And that's the thing, right? So we're always going to be busy. So maybe some people say, well, Shanti, maybe next time. Seriously? Is there going to be a next time? Because if you're like me, that next time is never going to happen. Because I'm always going to be busy. There's always going to be something else. If you think about it, if you seriously think about this, you're busy professionals, business professionals, your work is busy, it's full on, you're always doing something, there'll be some new project come along, or maybe there's some other deadline that you have to meet. So we're always busy, and we're always going to be busy. So that reason that we give ourselves, that excuse that we give ourselves, is that when I will have more time, I will do. When I have more time, I will exercise more. When I have more time, I'll take up knitting. When I have more time, I'll do that course. When I have more time, I will work on my English. So we use time as that reason why not to start something. When I have more time, I do it. Okay, here's the thing. You don't need more time. What you need is a system. And that's what we need, all of us. We don't need more time when I have more time, because we'll never get more time. That's just a fact. You're never going to have more than 24 hours a day. You're never going to have more, days in the week. What we need is a system. So you need a system. So imagine you have got a program. So you decide, you want to do this. And I have a lot of my clients who, the motivation, the first thing you always need to think is, am I motivated enough to do this course, to read this book, to, whatever you want to set out to do. What is the internal motivation? Am I really motivated to do this because this is really going to be important for me? Daniela shared with us yesterday in the EWAT Club that, she's working towards her professional development. So she sees the program as another step towards developing herself professionally. So that's her internal motivation. What is your internal motivation? So once you've got that internal motivation, then you look at yourself and go, yeah, but I don't have time. Yeah, okay, so let's move that one out. We need to develop a system. You have the motivation. You need then this system, to impose a system on yourself. First of all, you need, imagine you've got this program. So let's take the Business Writing to Fluency Lab. It's a 4-week program. We have 4 weeks out of your entire year. Okay? 4 weeks is a long time. I get it. But if I gave you 2 weeks, you'd say, oh, that's too little. I don't have enough time. 4 weeks, oh, yes, that's better, but I still don't have time. No matter how much time one is given, it is never enough. So you can either decide, I'm done, I'm not doing this ever again, or you can tell yourself, stop the excuses, let me create a system. And this is where I want to help you create that system. What system do we need to create? First of all, if you've decided I'm going to do this challenge, I'm going to do this program, I'm going to do whatever you're going to do, you need to look at your schedule. And you need to, first of all, clear your schedule of all distractions. So what could your distractions be? Your distractions could be, maybe you spend a lot of time on Facebook, on social media. Maybe you spend a lot of time, we start doing something and then we get a bit bored and then we'll just let me just check my emails. Let me just check my phone. Let me check social media. Let me just read the news. We do that. So we just sort of think, okay, I've got 4 weeks. Let me look at my schedule here. And clear your schedule of any distractions that you could possibly have. And only you know those distractions. We all have those, right? I mean, I do this all the time. And then I get so cross with myself. I go, yeah, I wasted so much time. No, focus. We need to focus. So have that system. Impose deadlines on yourself. Yeah, so you need to sort of, when you're having the system, you are going to impose a deadline. You're going to say, okay, so I have so many assignments, or I have mini assignments, and I'm going to impose myself, today this is where I'm going to this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to give myself an hour to do it, and not more. I've started imposing that on myself, for example, because when we think, when we don't impose the deadlines, what happens is that we can get distracted. It can get bigger and bigger, and then we end up not doing something, and then we just think we just give up. It's like, I just don't have the time. But no, if you set yourself 30 minutes, an hour, set yourself a timer and do it. And do not get distracted. You focus yourself on that job and you do it. And then the timer goes off and off you finish that piece of work. So you need to impose deadlines. You need to clear your schedule. You need also accountability. You need to maybe share this with friends and say, listen, hey, I'm doing this program, or I'm taking up this challenge. I'm going to start running. I'm going to start keeping fit. Tell people so that people hold you accountable. It is uncomfortable at the beginning, but you need people to go, hey, how's that going? So that they keep reminding you of, yeah, this is what I did. I shared this with people. And now I want you to tell me, how's it going? Also to encourage you, not just to tell you off because you haven't done something. So, you know, it's really important to have systems. So when people say to me, and you're very valid, absolutely, I do exactly the same. And then sometimes I think, you know, Shanti, this time thing is not valid. I could always find the time if I wanted to. So if I have that motivation, I need to think, okay, so what's my system going to be? So let's look at how, if you were thinking, I really would like to do the Business Writing to Fluency program or any other program, I would really like to do it. You know, it doesn't have to be my program. It could be anybody else's program. How am I going to do this? How am I going to organize my time? The time that I don't have. Right. First of all, and this is the thing that many of us struggle with. You only have so many hours in a day. You are already busy. So you need to look at your schedule. And the first thing I say to you is, you've got 4 weeks. So 4 weeks is not a long time. It's, you know, so you have a start and a finish here. You are going to have to lose something. In other words, you're going to have to give up something that you're doing now in order to do this program or to do whatever you want to do. Remember, it's not forever. It's just for a short time. And that fear of loss is something that all of us struggle with. We don't like to. We want to be able to do everything, but we cannot. So something has to drop. You just have to say, okay, for the next 4 weeks, I'm not going to be able to watch my favorite program. You know, I've been watching that episode of Game of Thrones. I really love it. Well, I'm going to have to give up that hour that I do because I'm going to have to work on my English, or I'm going to have to work on my writing, or I'm going, you know, whatever it is you do. Look at what it is that you do in that day and then go, okay, that I can drop. And I'm just going to have to drop it for this period. It's temporary. I do this all the time. You know, when I try and keep fit, people say, oh, you know, I don't have time to exercise. I don't have time for this hobby. A lot of people say we don't have time to exercise. But actually, if you look at your entire day, look at all the distractions you have, you could actually drop some things and you could actually find the time. But it means giving up some things. So what things are not as important? And remember, you're only doing it for 1 month. You're only doing it for 4 weeks. You know, you're not being told to give up for the rest of your life something. So be honest with yourself and say, okay, from the 14th of May to the 8th of June, I could give up maybe an hour or 2 hours a week to concentrate on on these assignments. And then just focus on those. So that by the end of that 4th week, I will have completed everything I wanted and proven to myself that I can do this. I could find the time to do it. So, you know, it's very important to clear your schedule of distractions, decide what you're going to give up. So something has to drop so that you do this. You know, it's like, for example, I know that this weekend we have a long bank holiday weekend here, and we're going tomorrow. My husband and I were going to go visit Kew Gardens, which is the most amazing botanical gardens. And normally I'm very busy. I do the shopping, I'm cleaning, I'm doing. But this weekend I thought I can't do everything. I'm going to have to drop some things in order to do what I want to do. And that's just how it is, right? We always having this balancing act of dropping certain things and doing it. So my question to you is, when people say to me, I don't have time, I get it. And I am not dismissing the fact that you don't have time. I'm also busy. We're all busy. If it's important enough to you, and so it's your motivation, you need to think, how will I feel at the end of this program, having achieved doing a 10-minute talk in English, feeling confident? How will I feel? Is it important enough for me? And of course, I can't tell you whether it is or not. You make that decision. But if it's important, if you want to prove to yourself that you can do this, and here's the thing, that's what I do to myself, is when I want to learn a new tool online, or I'm writing for my blog, or I'm sharing content with yourself. you know, sometimes I think, oh, I just don't have time to do this. I think, well, actually, no, if I reorganize myself, drop this is not so important. I can do this. And so maybe, you know, reduce that time. Maybe I won't be able to exercise as much, but, you know, it's just for a short period. Let's see what I can juggle and do it. And I think to myself, but what I want to do is visualize how would I feel after the end of this, having done it. Because as I said, if we set ourselves goals and we can visualize how we're going to feel, I cannot tell you how powerful that is. Because you think, I know how I'm going to feel. I'm going to feel proud of myself. I'm going to feel that I made that effort. Feel that that was a small win or even a big win. In my opinion, it would be a big win. I did it. I proved to myself that I could do it. I am exactly like you. Many times I see programs, I see challenges, and I think, oh yeah, I must do that. I must do it. Oh, but you know, I just don't have time. Excuses. Maybe the motivation is not there, and I accept that. So if your motivation is not super high, that's going to be very difficult. But if you're motivated and you think, you know, I really want to do this 10-minute talk. I want to be able to do that because that will help me so much in my confidence, with my confidence, and also at the same time it's helping me with my writing skills. Then isn't it worth, don't you deserve that time to yourself to do that? But it's hard work, of course. And hard work is where we run away from. Hard work where it is not work that, you know, to do with our business. We think, oh gosh, but you know, that takes work. I know, I get that. But nothing that's worth anything has ever been done without hard work, right? If it's worth it, you will do it. You will find the time. Just like we always say to ourselves, we must find time to be with family, be with friends. And finding that time means you've got to drop something else. So my question to you is, if the internal motivation, if you really want to do this program, and it might not be this program this time around, I get that, don't worry, I'm not sort of forcing you. But this time factor that people tell me, be honest, have that serious conversation with yourselves and say, is that really a factor that I can't do it? Or is it because I really just don't know how to organize myself? Because it's not, and I'll tell you, it's because we can't organize. We need a system. So I need a system. Let me tell you how I'm going to help you if you do join the program, and I'd love you to join the program in the system on how to hold you accountable. So remember, with the program, once you booked your spot, I'll send you an application form. So you have, if you sign up to the program by the 7th of May, you have a week when I'll send you the application form to decide on the business topic you want to prepare. And I can share that with you in the email. And so, you know, that gives you that time to choose your business topic. So where you think, oh gosh, Shanti, but I won't have time to think about it. And I will help you do that. So you're already not alone, and I can help you on that. Then as soon as the program starts, you will be given, I will send you the mini assignments. And again, you know, you can say to me, well, how long will this take? And each assignment will very much depend, you know, it could take you 30 minutes, it could take you an hour. It all depends. But you can share with me and say, well, you know, this is my schedule. But look at your schedule before you start the program, before the program starts, and think, okay, so what can I remove? What are the distractions? Remember, it's a 10-minute talk. So that's why it's important for you to share with me your business topic. That way I can tell you whether it's going to be a bit too complex and it's going to take too much time to prepare something as complex as, I don't know, whatever. So I can tell you, say, yeah, that's doable. That's perfectly fine. Sure, no problem. And then I might ask you, so how are you? And one of the things I ask you in part of your assignments is, how much time have you looked at your diary, look at your schedule, how much time can you give yourself? And you might think, oh, well, Shanti, oh, that's just too much. But you need to do that. You need that discipline. You need someone to say, let me have a look, tell me, share it with me. Okay, you know what, I plan to do this, I plan to do that. Of course, things change. Fine. But once you planned it, then things change, but then move things around. Everything is a movable feast. But always have in mind your end goal. I want to feel good, I want to be able to do that 10-minute talk. If that is important to you, and I know from a lot of my clients it is important to them, keep that goal in mind. And is it worth it? Yes, it is. Then come on, let's do this together. I'm here to help you. I'm here to guide you. I'm here to hold you accountable for you to achieve that goal. You're not alone. But time is not an excuse. You need a system. And this is where I help you, and together, being part of a forum, being part of this community, we help each other find that time. So, and it might not be for this program, but, you know, I'd like you to try to, you know, think about, we're never going to have more time. It's never going to happen, right? But so something has to drop in order for you to do this. Remember, it's only temporary. You've only got 4 weeks. 4 weeks. Is it worth it? Only you can tell yourself that. I think it is, because from what you all say to me, that you want to feel more confident, you want to feel more empowered. Well, as I said to you, absorbing information is not enough. You need to implement that information that you learn. Just like you're doing it with the challenges, which I'm seeing fantastic work, in the same way with the program. I hope I have given you some ideas in terms of how we can work together with this program, and, you know, the issues of time, because time is, as I say, it's something that everyone worries about, but it is, we can all find the time if we want to. And then, you know, and I want to be able to help you, and that is how I'm going to help you. So as I say, so the application form at the beginning will help you choose the business topic, and then during the course of that program, I will be with you all the way, because through the online forum, it's when you and you can keep talking to me. You have got access to my expertise anytime you want through an online forum that you will be part of, and then you're submitting your assignment. I will drop you a line every now and again saying, how's it going, what's happening. That's not to make you feel anxious, but it's to hold you accountable. I will help you to set yourself mini deadlines. Mini deadlines work. I do it all the time, and I'm sure you do, because it holds us, we need them. I will do this by this time. If I don't, okay, not to worry, let's rejig it. But it's ongoing work that we do ourselves. In the end, it is going to help you become more productive, and it's also going to help you achieve the goal that you want, which is, I'm hoping that to be able to deliver a 10-minute talk and to be able to inspire, persuade, inform, whatever it is you want to do with that 10-minute talk in English to an audience of your choosing. I hope I've given you some ideas. Have a look at all 4 videos again. Have a think. If you have any more questions, please ask me. I might drop a couple more videos next week. But of course, if you want to join the program and take advantage of the early bird discount, then you need to book your spot before midnight of Monday the 7th of May. And the early bird discount is £200. Then it goes to £300. The program starts on the 14th of May. And as I say, this is using writing to develop and to prepare you for your 10-minute talk. You know, I would love you to join this program, and together we can find that time. Don't you worry. It doesn't have to be, you know, take a huge amount of your time. You decide, but you plan it, and I help you plan it, and I hold you accountable. I help you set those deadlines. So it is all doable. It sounds a lot, but it doesn't have to be. Remember the end goal. If it's worth it, and think about, visualize how you're going to feel at the end of that. Thank you so much. I'm going to let you go and enjoy your weekend. We have a long weekend here, as I said. So tomorrow we've got a beautiful day, and we're going off to the Botanical Gardens, Kew Gardens. I'll take lots of pictures, and maybe I'll share a couple on the EWAT Club. And I will be back on Monday, but I'm not really working, but I'll be in and out because, of course, we're looking at the challenge. So for those of you who are in the challenge for taking decisions, make sure you put it into, share it with us in the documents so I can see that. So that's, I think, Alessandra, Adriana, who haven't joined yet, Savita, you have to still do. I know Saba and Keiko have already shared. Looking good, everyone. But still time if you want to join that challenge of taking decisions on those 5 real life and death situations. And so what would that be? And then on Monday, I'll be sharing what experts say about that advice. In the meantime, this is me, Shanti Kumaraswamy Street, your business English coach here at English with a Twist, saying have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much for listening and watching, and ask me any questions because I'll still be picking up my questions and I will be replying to you about the program. So guys, don't delay because the time will never come back. You'll never get more time. It's all a question of introducing a system of learning, a good learning system for yourself. You deserve it, guys. You're worth it. And, you know, give yourself that opportunity. Ciao for now, guys. You guys, fantastic. Have a great weekend. Ciao.